I used to think that numbers were the only universal language. I was 24, living in a glass-walled apartment in San Francisco, and I was convinced that if you couldn't put it in a spreadsheet, it didn't exist. My neighbor, Mr. Moretti, was this 80-year-old guy who'd moved from Italy decades ago. He spoke maybe 10 words of English. Every morning he'd try to talk to me in the hallway, waving his hands and speaking fast melodic Italian. I'd just nod, point at my watch, and say, "Gotta run, Mr. M." I honestly thought he was just a lonely old man with nothing better to do. Then, one rainy Tuesday, the power went out across the whole block. My phone was dead, my laptop was useless, and I felt totally blind. I walked out into the hall, and there was Mr. Moretti, holding a candle and a bottle of wine. He didn't say a word about the grid or data. He just smiled. He led me into his kitchen, where his wife had lit a dozen candles. We sat there for 3 hours. I didn't know a lick of Italian, but I understood everything. I understood the pride in his eyes when he pointed at a faded photo of his grandson. I understood the grief when he touched a gold locket. I realized, in that dark kitchen, that I'd been communicating for years. But I hadn't connected once. I started taking Italian classes the very next week, not for a job, but because I realized that when you learn someone's language, you don't just hear their words.